Hello friends, a very warm and jovial welcome to all my dear students. In the last video, we have seen the first poem of your English subject, Where the Mind is Without Fear. And now I am going to explain you some exam oriented topics, like you can say figure of speech of that poem, question answers, then poem appreciation, and some 2 marks activities. So let's start. Where the Mind is Without Fear. In this video you can enjoy poem appreciation. Second one is figures of speech. Third one, speech writing. Fourth one, some different activities related to this poem, and question and answers for 2 marks. And beta, the very important part of this video is assignment for you. So first of all, I'll start with poem appreciation. The title of the poem is Where the Mind is Without Fear, and poem appreciation, it is of 5 marks, total marks 5 marks, जिसमें टाइटल हाफ मार्क, नेम ऑफ द पोएट आपको हाफ मार्क, राइम स्कीम फॉर 1 मार्क, फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच फॉर 1 मार्क, एंड थीम ऑफ द पोएम is for 2 marks. So overall, this part of your question paper is for 5 marks. Poem appreciation, आपको 2 पोएम होती है जिसमें से एक को आपको अप्रिशिएट करना होता है, अप्रिसिएशन लिखना होता है, जिसमें हाफ मार्क is for title and half mark for poet, name of the poet. Second one, rhyme scheme आपको लिखना है for 1 mark, figures of speech for 1 mark, and theme of the poem is for 2 mark. So देखते हैं बेटा कैसा है हमारा poem appreciation. So here the title of the poem is Where the Mind is Without Fear, and it is composed by the great Rabindranath Tagore. Second one था बेटा आपके लिए, वो था figures of speech और rhyme scheme लेंगे पहला. So ये poem आपने as early आपने जैसे पढ़ा था, same thing, ये poem का type है free verse. There is no fixed rhyme scheme in this poem because it is written in the free verse format. The figures of speech used in these poems are alliteration, apostrophe, metaphor, synecdoche, then enjambment, personification, anaphora. ये सब आपको लिखना पड़ेगा. Here I have written the example of anaphora. मैं यहाँ पे anaphora लेने जा रहा हूँ. Where all the successive lines begins with the same word where. बेटा ये anaphora figure of speech क्या होगा जिसके अंदर आपको all successive lines start with the same word होता है, ठीक है. See, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Next, continuation में line वही है, where knowledge is free, where से ही start होता है, and where the world has not been broken up into the fragments. तो तीनों सब्सिक्वेंट लाइन्स, सक्सेसिव लाइन्स आपको देखने में आएगी कि सेम वर्ड से स्टार्ट हो रही है वेयर से. सो दिस फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इज एनाफोरा. अभी थीम ऑफ दिस पोएम. इन दिस पोएम वेयर द माइंड इज विदाउट फियर, द पोएट रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर prays to Almighty to lift his country to a state where freedom would be felt and enjoyed in the best way possible. Best way possible, that means a heaven of freedom. This poem was written when India was under the British rule. So he wanted his country to get freedom from the hands of the external rulers. But the poet felt that mere political freedom was not so important if his countrymen were not good and virtuous enough to enjoy that freedom fully. That is why he prayed to God to make his country a place where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Moreover, people should be knowledgeable, people should be rational, people should be truthful, hardworking and broad-minded to make his nation achieve true freedom. That means a kind of spiritual freedom. So बच्चा पार्टी, in this way you can get 5 marks of this poem appreciation, जिसमें आपको टाइटल लिखना है, पोइट का नाम लिखना है, राइम स्कीम लिखना है, फिगर ऑफ स्पीच एक्सप्लेन करना है एंड लास्ट में आपको थीम लिखना है. नाउ वेयर द माइंड इज विदाउट फियर, ये पोएम में कुछ आपको फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच सीखने को मिलने वाली है. क्या क्या मिलेगी देखेंगे. द फर्स्ट वन यू विल लर्न एलिटरेशन, सेकेंड वन एपोस्ट्रोफे. एलिटरेशन, चंदू के चाचा ने चंदू की चाची को चांदी के चमचे से चटनी चटाई. दैट च साउंड इज रिपीटेड इन द लाइन्स, तो दिस इज एलिटरेशन, एक सेम साउंड रिपीट होगा. एपोस्ट्रोफे क्या होता है. एपोस्ट्रोफे के अंदर जो बंदे से बात होती है, आइदर ही इज एब्सेंट और डेड इन द कन्वर्सेशन. मेटाफर, सिनेक्डोकी, एंजापमेंट, एंजापमेंट आपके लिए नया है, पर्सोनिफिकेशन एंड एनाफोरा. तो वन बाय वन हम लोग लेंगे यहाँ पे. द फर्स्ट वन इज एलिटरेशन. एलिटरेशन सेम साउंड रिपीटेशन होता है यहाँ पे. इट इज अ फिगर ऑफ स्पीच वेयर इन देयर इज अ रिपीटेशन ऑफ द साउंड ऑफ द फर्स्ट लेटर इन 2 or more words in the sentences to create a better poetic effect. मतलब क्या होता है, सेम साउंड रिपीट होता है. So it is a figure of speech wherein there is a repetition of the sound of the first letter. ठीक है, देखते हैं. See, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. Here you can understand W sound repeat हो रहा है, H sound repeat हो रहा है. Second line देखो, where the world has not been broken up into the fragments, तो W sound repeat हो रहा है. Where the words come out from the depth of truth, W sound repeat है. Where tireless striving stretches its arms towards the perfection, T sound and S sound repeat हो रहा है. Into the dreary desert scent of dead habit, D sound repeat हो रहा है. So this is the examples of, yes, किसके, alliteration के. Now second one is apostrophe. बेटा ये क्या होता है. It is a figure of speech wherein the lifeless or the abstract ideas, or you can say absent people, are addressed in order to create a better impact and create a better poetic device. ठीक है, जिससे बात होता है ना, आइदर वो लाइफलेस होता है, दैट मीन्स इनएनिमेट होता है, और यू कैन से एब्सेंट होता है, और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट आइडियाज होता है यहाँ पे. ओके, सो एपोस्ट्रोफे. एपोस्ट्रोफे क्या होता है. इट इज अ फिगर ऑफ स्पीच वेयर इन इनएनिमेट, दैट इज लाइफलेस और एब्स्ट्रैक्ट आइडियाज और एब्सेंट पीपल आर एड्रेस्ड in order to create a better impact and create a better poetic device. Now see the example. Into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. So here a direct address is given, or a direct address is made to God by the poet for a better poetic effect. Okay, my father किसको बोला गया है, God को बोला गया है, and God is not present here in these lines, but poet told the God that into that heaven of freedom let my country awake. So a direct address is made to God by the poet for a better poetic effect. Second और एक लाइन यहाँ पे आपको दिखेगा एपोस्ट्रोफे का, where the mind is led forward by thee. ये the word है, the that means by you. Here the refers to God, and a direct address is made to God by the poet for a better poetic effect. है ना, दी किसको बोला गया है, गॉड को, कि मेरे कंट्री को लीड करो. नेक्स्ट इज यू कैन से मेटाफर. मेटाफर बेटा देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन मेटाफर एंड अ सिमिली. मेटाफर एंड सिमिली में दोनों में डिफरेंस है. सिमिली क्या होता है, एज एंड लाइक वर्ड से कंपेयर होता है, और मेटाफर है, इट इज एन इनडायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन बिटवीन द टू डिफरेंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स. So totally two different things, totally two different objects are indirectly compared to each other, and simile में directly compared होता है. Example देता हूँ मैं आपको, metaphor and simile. First of all simile. he is a lion in the war and he is like a lion in the war. देखो, he is like a lion in the war, यानी वो लड़ाई में, वॉर में शेर जैसा है. लाइक अ लायन इन द वॉर, ये सिमिले का एग्जाम्पल हुआ. डायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन हो गया डायरेक्ट शेर से. एंड इनडायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन, इनडायरेक्टली कंपेयर कैसे देखते हैं मेटाफर में? ही इज अ लायन इन द वॉर. सो टोटली टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स आर इनडायरेक्टली कंपेयर टू ईच अदर. तो मेटाफर क्या होता है? मेटाफर होता है बेटा इम्प्लाइड सिमिली होता है. इन अदर वर्ड्स इट इज एन इम्प्लाइड सिमिली. सी द एग्जाम्पल. Where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way. बेटा reason यानी logical thinking. Here as reason is indirectly compared to a clear stream for a better poetic device. है ना? क्या है बेटा? reason को एक crystal clear water का flow के साथ compare किया है. जो ऊपर है वही नीचे दिखना चाहिए. What is there is in your mind that should be reflected into your behavior. ऐसा होता है ना? Same thing यहाँ पे भी ऐसा है. Where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way. तो here this line shows the figure of speech metaphor. Why? Because here logical thinking or a rational thinking is indirectly compared to a clear stream of water flow. For a better poetic device, for a better poetic effect. Now second example, into the dreary desert send of dead habit. Into the dreary desert send of dead habit. ये dead habit क्या होता है बेटा? This is the old rituals, old customs, old traditions. इसको dead habits बोल दिया है. So as dead habit, that is the old rituals and customs are indirectly compared to the desert sand. So this is the example of metaphor. Next one is synecdoche. synecdoche क्या होता है बेटा? एक ऐसा समझ लो, it is a figure of speech wherein a term for a part of something is used for to represent the whole or vice versa, you can say. मतलब क्या? एक ऐसा figure of speech जिसमें पार्ट बोला तो पूरा सेंटेंस समझना चाहिए, पूरा सेंटेंस को रिप्रेजेंट करता है. पार्ट फॉर होल और होल फॉर द पार्ट. synecdoche. It is a figure of speech wherein a term for a part of something is used to represent the whole or the whole for the part. This is synecdoche. देखेंगे. synecdoche में एग्जाम्पल है बेटा, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high. अभी माइंड एंड हेड किसको रिप्रेजेंट करता है? माइंड एंड हेड इज द बॉडी पार्ट ऑफ एनी ह्यूमन बीइंग, है ना? ये किसको रिप्रेजेंट करता है? पूरा ह्यूमन को रिप्रेजेंट करता है. सो वेयर द माइंड इज विदाउट फियर एंड द हेड इज हेल्ड हाई. In this statement, mind and head, that is a part of our body, stands for a man as a whole. Okay. Second one, into the dreary, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. Country पूरा एक देश है, वो represent करता है countryman को. So country whole stands for the countryman. तो यहाँ पे ये भी एक समझने वाली बात है कि पूरा whole for the part यहाँ पे compare किया है, represent किया है. नेक्स्ट वन एंजाबमेंट. ये भी बहुत सिंपल होता है. इसमें फर्स्ट लाइन एंड सेकेंड वन जो सक्सेसिव लाइन था वो दोनों के बीच में पंक्चुएशन मार्क नहीं रहेगा और फर्स्ट एंड सेकेंड लाइन इंटरकनेक्टेड रहेगी. ठीक है. सो एंजाबमेंट में क्या है? इट मीन्स मूविंग ओवर फ्रॉम वन लाइन टू अनदर विदाउट अ टर्मिनेटिंग पंक्चुएशन मार्क. ठीक है. एक भी पंक्चुएशन मार्क नहीं रहेगा बीच में. It can be defined as a thought or a sense or a phrase or a clause in a line of poetry that does not come to an end at the line break but moves over to the next line. Clear? दो सक्सेसिव लाइन के बीच में नो पंक्चुएशन मार्क एंड आपको एक लाइन से दूसरे लाइन में सीधा ही एंट्री मार के सीधा जाना है और पूरा मीनिंग लेना है दोनों लाइन का मिलके. So where the world has not been broken up into that fragments by narrow domestic walls. तो ये दोनों लाइन इंटरकनेक्टेड है. Where the world has not been broken up into that fragments. पूरे वर्ल्ड का ब्रेकअप नहीं होगा, फ्रेगमेंट्स नहीं होगा, और वो फ्रेगमेंट्स जो है वो नैरो डोमेस्टिक वॉल्स की बारे में बात किया है. सेकेंड है वेयर द क्लियर स्ट्रीम ऑफ रीजन हैज़ नॉट लॉस्ट इट्स वे इनटू द ड्रेरी डेजर्ट सैंड ऑफ डेड हैबिट, वेयर द माइंड इज लेड फॉरवर्ड बाय द इनटू एवर वाइडनिंग थॉट एंड एक्शन, है ना, into that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. So this is the example of enjambment. Next one is personification. Personification क्या ये figure of speech? It is a figure of speech wherein inanimate object or abstract ideas are attributed human qualities. यानी human qualities देना है lifeless को. ठीक है, जैसे मैं बोलूँ कि द डोर स्टार्टेड क्राइंग, तो पर्सोनिफिकेशन हो जाएगा. अभी देखो एक पोएम में एक लाइन्स आ रही थी कि वेयर टायरलेस स्ट्राइविंग स्ट्रेचेस इट्स आर्म्स टूवर्ड्स द परफेक्शन. बेटा ये हार्डवर्क को कैसे हैंड होगा, हार्डवर्क का हाथ कैसे होगा बताओ मुझे. वेयर इन टायरलेस स्ट्राइविंग स्ट्रेचेस इट्स आर्म्स. टायरलेस दैट मीन्स कंटिन्यूअस. स्ट्राइविंग यानी हार्डवर्क, उसको ह्यूमन क्वालिटी दिया गया है कि वो अपने हाथ फैला रहा है. सो दिस इज पर्सोनिफिकेशन. क्या होगा पर्सोनिफिकेशन में? नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स को ह्यूमन क्वालिटी देंगे. वेयर टायरलेस स्ट्राइविंग स्ट्रेचेस इट्स आर्म्स टूवर्ड्स परफेक्शन, एज द स्ट्राइविंग इज गिवन द ह्यूमन क्वालिटी ऑफ स्ट्रेचिंग इट्स आर्म्स टू रीच दिस परफेक्शन. बेटा एनाफोरा पोएम एप्रिसिएशन में मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेनेशन दिया था. एनाफोरा इज अ फिगर ऑफ स्पीच इन विच वर्ड्स रिपीट एट द बिगिनिंग ऑफ द सक्सेसिव लाइन्स, सक्सेसिव क्लॉज, सक्सेसिव फ्रेजेस, सक्सेसिव सेंटेंसेस. देखो ये पहला तीन लाइन वेयर से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, बाद में एक लाइन ऐसे ही आ रहा है, अगेन तीन लाइन देखो वेयर से स्टार्ट हो रहा है, दो लाइन ऐसे ही चलेंगी. Again last two lines of this poem same word से poet start करे into से. So this is anaphora. बेटा इसके बाद एक्सरसाइज में स्पीच राइटिंग था, इंडिया ऑफ माई ड्रीम. स्पीच राइटिंग. Respected personality on the dais, honorable teachers, my near and dear friends, today I am in front of you with basket full of thoughts on the topic India of my dreams. My thoughts, my feelings, all are add-on. Add-on that means decorated with emotions and love. I know you all will appreciate my feelings with the rose of silence, whose fragrance will be your concentration. ये हो गया बेटा आपका एंट्री और यू कैन से सैल्यूटेशन. इसके बाद में आपको एंट्री में टॉपिक में घुसना है और टॉपिक में जाने से पहले आप कुछ स्टेज तैयार करोगे स्पीच में. जैसे मैंने यहाँ पे इंडिया का डेफिनेशन दिया है. फ्रेंड्स वी लिव इन भारत. भा इति ज्ञानम प्रकाशम. भा इति ज्ञानम प्रकाशम. इति दैट मीन्स अर्थात. भा का अर्थ होता है ज्ञान का प्रकाश. भा इति ज्ञानम प्रकाशम. ज्ञानम रतम इति भारतम. रतम दैट इज टोटली इन्वॉल्व इन. सो जो ज्ञान में रत है दैट इज यू कैन से भारत. इंडिया, अभी देखो मार्क ट्वेन क्या बोल रहे हैं. इंडिया इज द क्रेडल ऑफ ह्यूमन रेस, द बर्थ प्लेस ऑफ ह्यूमन स्पीच, द मदर ऑफ हिस्ट्री, द ग्रैंड मदर ऑफ लीजेंड एंड द ग्रेट ग्रैंड मदर ऑफ ट्रेडिशन. दिस कोट इज गिवन बाय मार्क ट्वेन. It perfectly depicts the rich and prosperous cultural heritage, value and tradition of our Bharat. There is a harmony in its chaos, which forms a beautiful mosaic like no other country in the world. In the past couple of centuries, our country has gone from being one of the greatest nation of the world to a nation engulfed in poverty and illiteracy. However, I do believe that India's former luster can be reverted. I therefore have a vision of an ideal India where the country would redeem its stature as the most prominent nation in the world. It would no longer be bound by the chains of corruption and illiteracy. I wish that each and every citizen would be treated equally, that is, without any distinction on the basis of gender, class, caste, and religion. The people would live in harmony and would actively perform their duties toward the nation. India has potential to reform itself, and I dream that one day it will pave the way for the world to create a healthy balance between the development, humanity, and environment. The India of my dreams would heal the world from its present situation of over consumerism and materialism. I would like to end by saying that the moment we learn from our rich past and adapt it to the modern times, we would not only become a strong country but also an iconic nation. Thank you all for your valuable time, and I hope that if we work together, we can definitely build the India of our dream. So in this way you can write the figure of speech. This is one type of specimen which I had put before you. Now बेटा हम लोग जाएंगे एक्टिविटीज़ में. देखो क्या होती है एक्टिविटी, क्या क्या आ सकती है. कंप्लीट द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंसेस. द फर्स्ट वन वेयर द माइंड इज विदाउट फियर, एंड फिर रिमेनिंग पार्ट आपको कंप्लीट करना है. वेयर द वर्ल्ड हैज़ नॉट बीन ब्रोकन, where tireless striving stretches its arms, then into that heaven of freedom my father ... एक्टिविटी सेकेंड है टेबल आएगा. सो कंप्लीट द टेबल. ये देखो कैसा है कंसेप्ट इन द पोएम, प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन एंड एक्सपेक्टेड सिचुएशन. से फॉर एग्जांपल थॉट्स एंड एक्शन है. प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन क्या है बेटा, ये प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन रेफर्स टू दैट ब्रिटिश रूलिंग पीरियड. हाँ क्या, अभी का नहीं. And expected situation, what the poet is expecting, people are progressive. Second one, concept नहीं लिखा यहाँ पे लेकिन situation दिया है दोनों. Mind is full of fear and mind is, you can say, fearless mind. Third concept दिया है head, it is board law and expected situation is not given, that means you have to write. Knowledge, present situation क्या है and expected situation क्या है. Second activity, true or false. The poem is a prayer poem written in a serious tone that echoes patriotism throughout. Second one, the poet here invokes the leaders to lead India towards the freedom. Third one, here dead habits refers to the new modern tradition and the rituals. Next one, the poet expects his countrymen to out the relentless and tireless hard work in our life to achieve the perfection. Then complete the web diagram. Pre-independence situation in India, है ना. इंडिया के लिए क्या प्री इंडिपेंडेंस सिचुएशन रखा है पोएट ने, उसके बारे में पॉइंट्स लिखना है. सेकेंड वन, सेकेंड वेब डायग्राम, एक्सपेक्टेड सिचुएशन फॉर इंडिया. अगेन एक डायग्राम दिया है. नॉलेज प्रेजेंट में कैसा है, पास्ट में कैसा था, लॉजिकल थिंकिंग, thoughts and action. Let's see some question answer. To whom is the poet speaking to, and what is he saying? Poet किसके लिए, किसके साथ बात कर रहे हैं and क्या बोल रहे हैं. To whom is the poet speaking to? The poet is speaking to God. Yes, you are correct. What he is doing? He is requesting to God to free his country from the shackles of superstitions, prejudices laid down by the age-old customs and practices. You can say dead habits. He is wishing for a nation where everyone within the fold of the brotherhood is free to hold up one's head high and one's voice can be heard without having any apprehension or you can say fear of oppression. He talks about a nation where knowledge is not restricted by narrow ideas and is free of cost. Now, second question, which narrow walls is the poet talking about? Which narrow walls is the poet talking about? So here, bacha, according to the poet, petty consideration of nationality, caste and creed should not divide the people. Prejudice and superstitions which narrow mind and divide the people should be a thing of the past. There should be no factionalism in the country. The people must rise above the narrow walls of caste, religion, community, and we should remain united. Third question, after reading this poem, okay, sorry, next question is, what does the speaker mean by where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection? The word is tireless, that means continuous. Striving stretches its arms, that means hard work. The poet is talking about the hard work. So here through these lines the speaker wishes that his countrymen strive towards the perfection without getting tired. Okay, a country whose people work without laziness is sure to achieve the perfection in all fields and in all the aspects of life. Everyone should be free to toil, that means to do the hard work and work hard for anything they desire, either for their own or you can say for the good of the nation. What kind of freedom does the poet desire for his country? Very important question. Poet desires for freedom of thoughts, freedom of habits for his countrymen. He wishes for a freedom from narrow, you can say, limits set up by the society, from fear and from a world which is broken into the fragments. In other words, the poet dreams of a country free from the shackles of the foreign rule and from all other obstacles like you can say fear, superstitions, casteism, regionalism, narrow-mindedness, then imperfection, irrationality. So in this way, the poet desires such type of freedom for his country. Next question, after reading the poem, what do you think about the state of country at this moment in the poet's eyes? After reading the poem, what do you think about the state of country at this moment in poet's eyes? कैसा लग रहा है आज का भारत? The poet is asking. Probably according to the poet, the country is in a state of ignorance and that's why he desires freedom for his country. He wants his country to move to a state where knowledge is free, education is free, and the individuals are free from the bondage of narrow ideas set up by the society. He considers people to be slave of bad habits, that is you can say affecting their life as well as the nation's life. According to the poet, the British rule had robbed India of its pride and dignity by reducing it to a ruined nation. खत्म कर दिया ब्रिटिशरों ने इंडिया को, ऐसा रुइन कर दिया, उसका प्राइड, उसका डिग्निटी. Next question, name the poem and the poet. What does dead habit refer to? The name of the poem where the mind is without fear, and the name of the poet is Rabindranath Tagore. Dead habit refers to the old customs, old tradition, old practices which are a threat to humanity and modernity. These practices don't allow human beings to accept new thoughts which can make the world a better place to live in. Next question, why are the habits compared to desert sand? Why are habits compared to a desert sand. Habits are habits that are dead are compared to desert sand because desert is dry and fruitless. It is not green and life giving. Similarly, dead habits are not useful for individuals and for the societies. है ना बेटा, जो फ्रूटलेस है, जो ड्राई है, वो सोसाइटी को कुछ यूजफुल नहीं है. दिस डेड हैबिट इज ऑल्सो कोई काम की नहीं है. द पीपल मस्ट नॉट टर्न आउट टू बी स्लेव ऑफ बैड हैबिट्स that can affect their life as well as the nation's life. Hence, it is better to day away with them. Next, do you agree with the poet that our mind should be fearless, free and free? Batao. Do you agree with the poet that our mind should be fearless and free? Yes. You must give the options also. According to me, yes, I agree that our mind should be fearless and free from that oppressor. It should be free but in a positive way, or you can say but in a positive attitude. A free mind can be both beautiful and harmless. It is up to us how we use it and how we make of it. A fearful mind cannot express itself truly. If our mind is free, we can hold our head high and our voice can be heard without any apprehensions. Next one, why does the poet want freedom for his country? The poet wants freedom for his country because being free from the shackles of the ignorance and the narrow-mindedness would take it to the heights of success, and it will create a name for itself in the whole world. Without freedom, the people of his country cannot progress, and hence the nation will not progress. He thus requests the God to grant such freedom of mind and body to his country. Next, what should people keep on widening? How can it be done? People should keep on widening their thoughts, their actions. It can be done by the people by broadening their outlook. Last question है, what attributes of Tagore does the poem reflect? The poet reflects the following attributes of Rabindranath Tagore. Religious है, देखो बेटा पहला, when he realizes his countrymen are in deep slumber of ignorance, the poet requests to God to help his countrymen progress so they can become individuals who are logical, who are progressive and have a broad-minded outlook. So religiously he prays to God. Second concern है, the poet is worried about the country. The poet is worried about the well-being of the Indians. Third one, hopeful and optimistic. है ना बेटा, poet यहाँ पे दुखी नहीं है, sad नहीं है. The poet is aware of the situation that in India, the poet is aware that the situation in India is in less hope today, but he is hopeful for better tomorrow. नेक्स्ट वन बेटा, आपको फिगर्स ऑफ स्पीच इसके 15 क्वेश्चंस के आइडेंटिफाई करना है. आइडेंटिफाई द फिगर ऑफ स्पीच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग सेंटेंस. कम एंड क्लीन द chaos in closet. The big bad bear scared all the baby bunnies by the bushes. Shut the shutters before banging sound makes you shudder. Go and gather the green leaves on the grass. The alligator's teeth are white daggers. She is a peacock. My teacher is a dragon. Mary's eyes were fireless. The computers at school are old dinosaurs. The western wave was all aflame. It was the best of times, it was the worst of time, it was the age of wisdom, it was the age of foolishness. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. 30 number, then come, sweet death, and rid me of this grief. Lightning dance across the sky, and the wind bowled in the right. The wind bowled hold in the night. Thanks for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.